Okay, world travelers, we're on our way from Nairobi to the Maasai Mara, which is southwest of Nairobi. And on our way, we pass the Great Rift Valley, which is a huge 96-kilometer rift between tectonic plates that goes from Mozambique all the way up into Turkey. See that line there? Uh, there's three tectonic plates. Uh, Actually, eventually, the eastern part of Africa will be an island. So here we arrive at our game camp, which is inside the Mara, and Sarova is the hotel operator. It's a beautiful camp. We had absolutely first class accommodations, and it's really amazing. So this is what it looks like when you enter the camp. Yeah, notice everything's open air here, so the temperature is really nice all year round. It's almost like Hawaii, you know. Everything's open to the outside and breezy. So to get to our luxury accommodations, we had to cross this bridge and little river, actually lake, sorry. And then for the people on this side, there's a special lodge that was for us. And inside the lodge, you'll see our dining accommodations for the evening. We had our own private butler, gal that you see in front of us there, taking care of needs that we had. We had dinner at that table in the evening, and so it was really quite nice. This is what the luxury tents look like. There's probably 15 of these. And you go inside, and it's actually a tent with a bed there with a big mosquito net around it, fan, a rope to turn the light on. Then the butler comes in and turns down, closes the windows at night, and turns the bed down. And a place there to work, except the computer up on that table and work. The bathroom part is not a tent, it's a solid structure. A couple of sinks, water closet there, nice shower, and a really nice tub, which came in handy after what they call the African massage, being out in one of those safari wagons running across the savannah is very rough. So it felt good to get in it. Okay, so now we had lunch, and then we headed out on our first game drive, which was the second half of the day in the evening. Came across this herd of zebras first. Zebras are all over the giraffes, all over the place. We probably saw 20 or 30 giraffes. So I didn't show you a film of all of them, but just to show you the variety of animals that we saw. What you're going to see is an amazing takedown. Here's a big herd of elephants that came within 10 feet of our safari wagon. But in a few minutes, you're going to see a couple of lionesses take down a herd of wildebeests crossing a river, and you're going to be able to see a leopard catching a mongoose and playing with it. So we were able to see the big five, which are leopards, elephants, big water buffalo. What else? We saw multiple of those in the various places that we went over the next couple of days. You'll see that the rhinoceros in this way. We saw four elephants. This particular family of elephants came within 10 feet of our vehicle. I guess they're used to all the safari vehicles. The one on the right, also probably a teenager on the left. Now, the light was getting dark, so I turned up the brightness a little bit to a little better contrast. And this little guy came right up to us. There's the rest of the family on the right. There's probably 10 of them, maybe more. Okay, so this was an amazing shot. We didn't realize what we were getting into. We found a big, huge herd of wildebeest that were crossing this river. Now, these particular wildebeest are part of the 1.5 million that come from the Serengeti into the Maasai Mara every year across the. There's a couple of rivers, the major one's the Mara River. This huge herd of wildebeest didn't realize they were about to get ambushed by two lionesses that were in the bushes on the other side of the river. And so we were just amazed by the large number of wildebeest, and we got to see them crossing a river. Tomorrow, you'll get to see thousands of them cross. Every day during the migration, about 15,000 wildebeest come into the Mara in the Serengeti, and it's for the grass. As you'll see, this grass is so lush and green. They come closer to the equator just a few hundred miles north of us. So they come from the Serengeti into Masai Mara for this lush grass. All 1.5 million every season. So we're in the middle of the kind of the peak of the migration. We're fortunate tomorrow to be able to watch them cross the Mara River. But everything looks kind of normal. A bit of a traffic jam crossing the river. There were no crocs in this small part of the river here. And so none of the wildebeest were lost to crocs, as you'll see tomorrow when the crocs took out several of them. But here these guys are unknowingly walking into two lionesses that are hiding in the bushes and tall grass. And in a minute, I'll show you where to look. And it's hard to see. My camera, which is a Insta360 X3, is really a great camera, but it's not good for looking at things, in the distance. So these are relatively close. They're within 50 yards of us. But the ones out in the distance, when the lions strike, it's difficult to see. So I put some arrows in to help you see where the lions come from. And then once the lion gets, you got a good view of the one lion that got the wildebeest basically straight up. Now, the herd is going to get split in a minute. There's one lioness way at the top, and one is going to come in on the side. If you look over on the left-hand side, there's a safari vehicle over there on the road. And one lioness is going to come from that direction. The other one's about to get up at 12 noon. She's too small to see right now, but I'll put some orange arrows in there to show you the best I can. You see one lion come in from the left, and she's going to split the herd up and chase the herd away from it. The other group comes back toward that way when she comes in there. See, watch her chase the herd out, and she gets one, and the other one that's up ahead gets one. And the first lion got the wildebeest and drug it back to the river, which we saw afterwards. I didn't show any footage of that. I'll just focus on this one. There's a lioness out there on that road with the wildebeest that you just killed. And I think it's interesting because these wildebeest don't know what hit him. It happened so fast, less than 2 seconds, and the wildebeest is down and dead. She's got the wildebeest there. You can barely see. She's dragging it into the hot, tall grass. Right there, she's dragging it in. And we're going to go up right next to her and watch her eating the wildebeest in just a minute. So the other one that got taken got dragged back to that river where we were at first. And we saw the dead animal on the bank of the river. We didn't really understand why they were leaving the wildebeest after they caught them. I guess they come back later and eat them. Uh, but at this time of year, they said that the wildebeests are so, the lions, all the big cats and leopards are so full because of the great abundance of wildebeest, Cape buffalo, and zebra that they eat. And the favorite meal is Cape buffalo, second wildebeest. So there's the lioness right there eating the wildebeest that she's just taken down. And in a minute, when she leaves, we're going to come back and take a look at that wildebeest. But it's easy for us to say, but the death comes real quickly. Those cats are so expert at killing, and that's what they do. And the wildebeest and other animals they catch really hardly know what happens to them. The chase is usually, a second or two to kill. Not much second. She surprised us. She just got up and left the wildebeest laying there in the grass. She's going to back over to that big clump and just see straight out about noon. And after we looked at this wildebeest, we drove back over that bridge where we saw them in the river, and that's where we saw the second one had been taken by the other lioness. And again, she left it, so they must have been coming back later. But it's because they're so full. The guide said that they're not wanting for food right now. All right, so once she left, you see her off sitting in the weeds by those tall bushes. There. You can see it right there. Took a few bites out of it and left it. And there's the lioness sitting in the grass. I don't know why she was up there for something else, or maybe she was trying to find the other one that took down the wildebeest and left it by the river. I don't know. Anyway, the next thing you're going to see is a leopard. Leopards are more difficult to spot. We were lucky to get one on our first day. Now it's dark, so I've turned the brightness up, but you can see a leopard right there. She caught a mongoose. I don't know if it's a he or she. Caught a mongoose, and she's playing with the mongoose like a cat plays with a mouse. And she played with it for actually quite a while. So you can see she kind of jumps back, and the mongoose goes after her. And maybe the mongoose was playing dead for a while. I don't know. But that leopard played with that thing for a good 15 minutes before she finally ate it. There you get a good side view of her. She's playing with it again, jumping around, backing up. And I tried to put arrows in so you can see there she backed way up. Mongoose must have attacked or something. Well, we repositioned ourselves to see if we could get a little better view. And there she is, right below that arrow. She's still got the mongoose. Right there, the arrow's kind of on her head. You see her tail. There. Now, is she going to wag her tail a little bit? Now, our view is better than yours. Again, the camera is just not made for this. It was almost dark.
Right there. Come. Just come. Tail. Yeah, that's the tail.
I think she's eaten the thing by now. Again, we got 4 of the big 5 on our first evening out on the Mara. We saw a couple of more animals, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. Hyena and some topi. There, she's looks like she's playing with him again. But we're fortunate to see the leopard on our first day because they're tough. Sometimes you see her tail wagging. Right there. The other people on the other side got better pictures, I think, because they didn't have to look over the grass. They had kind of the tall grass in the way. Now she's laying down, I think, rolled over. Anyway, it's the leopard. So next, we're going to see some topi, which we're driving back to our lodge now. On our way back, we happen to run across these topi. And then we also saw a hyena. There's the hyena. So stay tuned for day 2. We saw some amazing river crossing of the wildebeests into the Mara. With crocodiles taking some out, and